Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Ken again with Xmods Gaming, shooting another video. This video is going to be about cleaning games. So, I had a friend of mine, he had another buddy of his, or somebody he was acquaintance with, um, dig these games out of the trash. And, yeah, as you can hear this one, bring it up to the mic. Yeah, it's I don't know what it has in it, but I'm gonna show you the tips I use to clean games in this video. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so these are some of the things you're gonna need when repairing NES or Sega cartridges. This one I don't know if I'll do because it has security screws on it. These are absolutely disgusting, as you can tell. So the first thing you're going to need is what's called a game bit. So it should fit into those style screws. So if you don't have anything like that, you're not going to buy this at your local hardware store at all. You're going to have to order these on eBay or a specialty game website. Maybe like I forgot what it's called. Stone Age Gamer. So a place like that might sell them. But I'll just go on eBay and I'd get one that's high quality. This one shows 38 on it, or 3.8, I believe. So that's the size you're going to need for the cartridge. Now, if you can, buy this one plus the bigger one. The bigger one is a 4.5 actually. So 4.5. This is used for like taking apart your Super Nintendos and stuff like that. You might find a situation where you might need the bigger bit. Yeah, that's a smaller one. Or yeah, this one's inverted, so I don't even know if I might have I think that's a Torx bit, security bit, because that's a little nipple in the middle of the screw head. So I'll probably tackle that on a different day, not on this video. Another thing you're gonna need is Q-tips. These are some old ones that I'm just trying to get rid of, so yeah, I'll just use these. And I bought some new Q-tips because I clean when you have cartridge games. You better just buy a pack of 500 or 300 at a time, because not only are you going to use these, clean out your ears and stuff like that, but you're also going to use them for cleaning your contacts on your games. Next thing, which is optional, but I choose to do this. So these screws, these ones are not that bad. See how that one's rusty? Yeah, this one's not that bad either. But when you encounter rusty screws, I would get a old medicine, or this is what I just had lying around. And I could probably even wash it out really good and still use it for medicine. But if you go through a bottle of medicine, just save these little cups. That comes. Now this is a toilet bowl cleaner, but I don't really have a rust problem in my toilet at all. So I got this at a dollar store because it's $1, and it's Lime Away. So lime, calcium, and rust. So I'm gonna fill this cup of Lime Away probably to maybe right there, and then the rest with warm water, and then you let it sit for like a good 30 minutes. That helps. Another thing you're going to want is cotton balls. Of course, it doesn't have to be 200 of them. You could get these from a dollar store as well. Another thing is 91% isopropyl alcohol. This does, you probably can't get 91% from what I can tell at my dollar store, but you can usually get the 50%, which is good for cleaning stuff like, games. So yeah, if you have 50% for cleaning contacts and stuff, I would go with a 91%. If you have to get by, maybe a 70% will work fine. Um, Another thing is Windex. Actually, I have actual Windex. I just didn't have a spray bottle for it because it's like a refill that my mother dropped off. But yeah, I got this at a dollar store. Yeah, and it works the same. Any type of blue glass cleaner is good because you might want to use it for a delicate cartridge like for the label and stuff. This label's beat up, but if you want to preserve whatever label's left, instead of using like a heavy degreaser, I would use Windex just to get it clean. I would not, unless the label's gone, I would not scrub this with like a toothbrush or anything like that. But anyways, yeah, let's get kind of started on this, and then I'm gonna do some video cuts because of paper towel, so don't forget that. So paper towel, I would not use your nice microfiber cloths for cleaning cartridges for obvious reasons, because they're gonna get dirty unless you don't mind washing them. You can use a soft microfiber. Or if you have a cartridge that's dirty but the label looks in pretty mint condition, then yeah, go ahead and use microfiber. But everything else, I would just use a paper towel. So actually, it's not bad on the inside. All right, let's see what was rattling around in here. So, piece of plastic. I think the plastic broke off from here. So I would probably try to repair that with either super glue or hot glue, maybe. Yeah, a lot of these Nintendo cartridges, when you have them in there, see how that slides up? So yeah, you might want to repair this properly with try to put this piece back in. So who knows? So the next thing I would do is, first things first, I would just get this and just let this stuff soak. And you don't have to use the toilet bowl cleaner type. I just did that because I'm cheap. But if you can get proper Limeaway or CLR, which used to be something you can only order off TV back in the day, but I think you can buy that anywhere. Yeah, for that many screws, I would only use that much. If you're going to add more screws, maybe add a little, that much. It doesn't take much of this stuff to clean little screws. Most people use it to clean the siding in their house. They have a rusty pipe or rust stain in the driveway or something. So while that's soaking, the next thing is I would just use your Windex. Yeah, I don't want to get all over my carpet either. But yeah, use your Windex and let it sit there for a minute. Whoops, I'm bumping my mic. And then something I keep in my I use a tackle box for like electronics toolbox. So I use like a dollar store toothbrush. So this one wouldn't feel good in my mouth at all. So I don't use it for brushing my teeth. So I just opened it up and put it in my toolkit. Another thing that this came with is a mirror with I don't know what you would use that for in your mouth, but I use it for jamming into things like that. And some is kind of unrelated to this video, but or both these items are. This toothbrush also came with this dental pick, which is, you know, I'm not a dentist, so I'm not going to use this in my mouth. I don't trust myself, so I use it for bending pins on the, prying stuff, stuff you need to get in there, like little clips and stuff like that. But you don't necessarily need that for cartridges. But I would use the toothbrush back and forth like this, get in these grooves. I mean, if it's really dirty, you can try to, I should do a video on it, how to make a label. Which this one's, I should make a label for it. But, to tell what it is, if I'm looking through a lot of NES games, I'm going to want to just leave the label on there. So, yeah, I'm kind of going to go through this fast so I don't make this video entirely that long. But generally just to loosen up dirt and grime and things of that nature. And I might do more cleaning off camera. But now as far as your contacts, those contacts are pretty messed up. So I know my buddy, I don't know if he's going to want some of these games because he's going to want the Nintendo after when I repaired it. So yeah, he did find an NES in the dumpster as well. But yeah, get some rubbing alcohol on here. So for this, I recommend 91%. 70% if you have it already is fine. But 91% if you're just going to go out and buy some new stuff. And I haven't even tested this game yet, so I don't know if it works. Because I don't want to stick a dirty game in my NES, Because the place I bought my NES, I did a recap on it. Replaced all the capacitors, but the 72 pin connector, which goes to this, was replaced by the store I bought it from. So I guess they do that just in general. They don't really do a cap repair or anything like that, which is understandable. But yeah, look how much, this is mostly just dirt. But yeah, and use the other side. Some people like to dry with the other side, but honestly, I don't. This rubbing alcohol's almost out completely. But yeah. So I like to, when it's something that's like found in the trash, you don't have to do this. But if it's like obviously been in a trash or a dirty environment, like a barn or something, people like to store these old games in all kinds of places, Then I would do this just to get the PCB clean. It's about all the cleaning you should do. And then if you go back to your game, see how the Windex or window cleaner, this window cleaner will say and surfaces, so it's not necessarily for glass, but you want to use glass cleaner for like the major grime, but I would use rubbing alcohol to get, if you want it like, if you have grease or marker. I don't know, one of these games have marker, so like this game has a marker on it. So you could pretty much, it might be difficult to do, but yeah, it's getting a little bit lighter. Sometimes if it's smooth surface with the permanent marker, you can get that off. But you can also get a dry erase marker, and it mixes with the permanent marker and loosens it up, and then probably hit it with isopropyl alcohol as well. But yeah, so you could do that. So it kind of takes the well, I don't know what's yellow on there or green, but you're pretty much sterilizing it. Yeah, it's pretty good for sterilizing. And that's pretty much it. So, of course, see, like right here. Yeah, look how nasty that is. So yeah, I'll do this a little bit more and then I'll show you the final result. Alright, so now time for the finished product. So, yeah, there's still some marks on it and whatnot, but looks a little bit better than it did, or a lot better. At least it feels clean. So this is, of course you want to, replace the label. Um, I'm not a collector, so I believe, in my opinion, if you have the original PCB board, the circuit board inside, you got the original game, you got the original case, then you should be able just to buy a reproduction label if it's a game worth doing that. And I don't think you should have to put reproduction on the label. These games are going to be pretty much worthless in the next 30 years. That as things are going. But anyways, I'll show you what I did here. So I did take that piece, and what I did is I took out the board, put the piece in there, and then slid this board on, put the piece in there, put some hot glue around it, lifted the board, put some hot glue around it, so there's going to be a gap. And then like these posts, well, there's a post over here, and I just put a screw in there. It doesn't come all the way through, and that's just going to hold, take stress off of this, so it's going to hold it. That's what happened is, someone put this in a system that had probably the grip of death, and they yanked it out, and it snapped the support off and then made it move, and the support was stuck in here just rattling around. So I'm going to show you a couple pointers. So I want to turn off the video yet. I'm not completely done. There's some things I forgot to mention. This stuff, it's called Behold. Yeah, it's a wood, glass, stone, steel, electronics, multi-surface cleaner. Yeah, you could buy this. I think I got this at Family Dollar. It's kind of hard to find. If you can't find this stuff, then you can use like a Pledge variant. These are similar, but this is less oily on the multi-surface type stuff. Even the Pledge brand has a multi-surface if you can find it. That one's kind of harder to find. The Behold, it's what I find the most. I used to use that a lot working at a computer store. repairing electronics, or not even repairing, just cleaning electronics. But anyways, you can either put it on that directly on the towel, or you can just take this stuff. I'm almost out of this stuff. So you spray it on, and then you can clean, put a polish on it. And then once it dries, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look half bad. So that's tip number 2 I forgot to mention. Because I'll talk about this stuff, and then either I can't find it or out. And then I think this is like my 3rd can I bought over the last like 5 years. So it's not hard to go off, or it's not hard for it to run out if you use it a lot. I use it for all my game consoles. But now here's that cartridge that had the permanent marker. Now you can still kind of see it, but I could probably clean that up with some more isopropyl alcohol. But this is a Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser is the brand name of it. I buy it Western Family ones, cheaper. Better yet, dollar store 3-pack. Now the only difference between these, here's a dollar store one. They don't look that different actually. These and Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser is, the Magic Eraser, you'll have designs on the pad. That's basically it. Same stuff. So, go to your dollar store, find this. As you can tell, I buy most of my cleaning supplies at the dollar store. So what you want to do is you want to and just avoid getting on the label. I was trying to get this part, whatever that is, and it wasn't really working. But yeah, if you go over that, the label, you'll have nothing on there. So be careful where you use this around screen printed logos. A lot of people will recommend this for your game consoles when you take apart your game consoles and wash them. Don't go over logos, like if you have a Sega logo, Nintendo logo, Super Nintendo logo, N64. If you go over that logo, it's going to take it right off. But for scuffs, marks, scratch, well, not really scratches, but if you have a light scratch, you can kind of buff it out with this. It's almost like sandpaper. You could also get it wet and get more like lubricity out of it, but yeah, Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser. But one last thing to touch on before I forget. You know those screws on the Sega Genesis cartridge? Look at that. That's all from the Lime Away. Look at that. Lime Away. Here's the other ones. Of course, more rusty the screw. It's not going to come out right. So, yeah, there's a little bit of rust in there. But rewind the video and look at the screws before and after on the Sega cartridge. You'll see a difference. Anyways, it's Ken with XMods Gaming. As always, I'll make another video soon, so thanks for watching.